There we go. Incredible evening. All right. All righty. Let's go here. Write a post. All right. 1 second. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Go ahead and um, say hello as you guys come in. Give the video a thumbs up. And make sure you guys go ahead and hit share. This is going to be a very interesting discussion. Hopefully, you guys will join in on the conversation. All right, now let me go back over to TikTok. All right. Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing? All right, so there we go. So, hello, everyone. I am Shakia, sir, as SpINKing and 365 Creative Academy, where I help you unlock your creativity through a wide variety of classes from learning Solar Studio and graphic design. We also have business. Um, the internet's messing up. It's probably, am I blurry? It's telling me my connection is unstable. I have no idea what's going on. And it's also doing it on my phone too. So something funky has to be going on. Let me know if I'm coming in blurry or if it's jumping. Because I'm not sure. It's telling me it's unstable. All right. Check one, check, mic check, mic check, 1 2 1 2. Is the video blurry or is it stopping? Is it buffering? Let me know. I'm gonna move around to see if it's messing up. All right, so I'm good now, good now. All right, good now, good now. Perfect. Okay, I don't know what was going on before. It's acting crazy. So, hello everyone. I am Shakia the professor again. Our company is HS Sync 365. So, The discussion this evening is going to be about whether or not there's a double standard for small businesses, or like small business in general. But of course, I always speak from the perspective of creative business owners, or as you guys like to call it, craft business. But in small business in general, is there a double standard compared to what is acceptable from large corporations and a small business? All right. Do you guys feel, go ahead, write it in the comments. Do you feel that there is a double standard between smaller businesses and major retailers? And as far as what people come to expect from them. And I will also say, let's say just your general retailers. So, of course, when it comes to anything that is high end and very, very high end brands and designer brands, I think their standard is a little bit high. But let's just say, like, your average, Cat and Jack or Wonder Nation shirt from Walmart or Target. If you're buying a cup from a store, the Dollar Tree, or getting it from Walmart, even getting certain things from places in the mall. If it is a toy, Build-A-Bear. If you were someone that made custom toys, or like the what's the things called? Something Real Babies. Like with those, do you feel like there is a double standard? Someone says for sure, all the time. Nope, I'm expecting good service from all. Okay, good service, right? Okay, I'm going to come back to that one. So yes, any business do whatever you say, huh? Hey there, yes, absolutely. I think consumers accept less from major brands than smaller businesses, honestly. Love that statement. They feel like ours should be cheaper and better made, and then we should deliver it their way. We should cater to them and bring it to them. Okay. Discounts are expected, but not from bigger businesses. I don't know, those babies that look like real babies, and like reborn. I think that's what it's called. Is it called a reborn baby? I think. Like if you make those compared to like getting a doll from the store and things like that, and be Johnny on the spot. Okay. So we're talking more so from like I see like the discounts, they expect more from smaller brands than they do regular brands. So I have a question. Here's my second question to you guys, right? Have you ever gone, okay, so when you go into a store, let's say you buy an article of clothing, or you buy a cup, or just something that's like tangible, right? How long should it last before you're like, okay, this was crap, or I would want my money back? How long should, let's say, a shirt, a pair of pants, a jacket, a cup, silverware, let's say something like that, a picture from the store, like for artwork for your house, any of that, how long should it last before, let's say if something happens to it, you're going to be like, oh, heck no. And if you're the one that, if you're someone that like you take it back and you want your money back, how long should it last? $90 days. Okay. 90 days. Hello, Gina. She says, well, Tika said, I don't get notified when you go live. All my settings are fine. I don't know, because I'm like just like starting to do a lot of like lives and stuff on TikTok. I'm not sure if that's why, but I'm glad you're on now. I actually just started talking. So join in on the conversation, answer the questions in the comments. About 6 months or so, 6+ months. All right, no one else over here has written about how much time do you um should it last. So other thing is if something breaks. So if you happen to, if it's an accident, and you may feel like, okay, if something drops, like it shouldn't break right away, right? So you had it in your possession, it falls and it breaks. Do you go and take it back to the store because you're like, oh, this was cheaply made, it should have broke just by me tapping it? Box companies have groomed their customers to not surpass their return policy. Okay. There's generally no specific time frame. It depends on usage and handling of items. I don't know. So Keisha, you're trying to tell me. So okay, you're saying that there's no specific time frame. So if you had a shirt and the threads came out of it a year later, which let's just say you, I mean, I know it's like okay, they have, like they said, they don't allow you to go past the return policy. So I can see, okay, if you purchased it and let's say it's like 15 days or whatever, and after you've worn it, after you've washed it, you see that a thread comes out. Are you going to take that shirt back and say, hey, yes, I washed this. I mean, I wore it. I washed it. There's a thread coming out here. Fix it. Or, I mean, give me my, not say fix it, but give me my money back. Or I want to exchange it. So you're saying there's no time frame. So if you purchase a shirt and a thread was to come out of that shirt, at what time frame would warrant you to go back to the store and ask for a refund or an exchange? I take most things back if they break. If they break because of you, or if they break, I'm one where I just kind of a week, 90 days, okay. A shirt, one season, at wearing it one times a week. In store, you break it, you buy it, okay. Minimum 90 days expected. Yes, I take it back to the store if I'm within the guidelines of their store policy. I'm more likely to return to large businesses than a small business. No, I didn't mean that. They brought it, then they own it. I do almost no refunds. But see, that's the question. So then what question did you answer? Because I asked that. So what is your expectation of when you purchase something? What is the time frame that it should actually last? I had a lady request a shirt that was 2 sizes too small. She stretched it really big and pulled the strings out of the bottom where she stretched it and wanted her money back. She ordered a medium and she was actually probably an extra large if you really measured it in store. For me, it depends on the price I gave. That's why I said, let's not talk about like high-end stuff, because I'm like, if I purchase, a really, really expensive handbag, I expect that sucker to last a really long time because I'm paying for quality. But just like your regular general stuff. So the reason why I asked this is because there was a question and I was like, oh, this is a really good topic to talk about. So in one of the groups I'm in for the Roland, there are a lot of people who are now like with the Roland, they're making the vinyl decals and stuff like that to where they're just going to wrap on the cup. So someone asked the question, well, do those really last if you're not laminating them? Because with washing them, will the ink come off? You touching with your hands, will it come off? It's not, some people say, it's not supposed to last forever. It might be seasonal. And then they say, well, maybe I'll just go and I'll be upfront with my customers and give them a disclaimer on how long it's going to last. How many of you guys have ever gone into a store, especially like for kids stuff, a character cup, any type of mug? Have you ever gone into a store and for the purchase of drinkware, there's a disclaimer, like if it has a design on it, is there a disclaimer that says this design will last such and such washes? And if it did, let's say if it told you this was only good for, as far as the design, for 3 washes, 4 washes, 5 washes, would that deter you from buying that cup if it said like that outright? Because we've never had it, because I don't know any store where you can go in there and it tells you a disclaimer on how many washes for a cup. It might say not dishwasher safe or dishwasher safe, do not soak, but is there ever a guarantee of how long it will last? So I'm not buying it, right? So you're not buying it if it said, without protecting this, whatever, or this particular cup will only last, let's see, 10 washes, right? You would not buy it because they gave a disclaimer on the limitations of it. Yet we go into a store where they don't give us any disclaimer and we will buy it outright. But you're saying if there was a disclaimer that told you exactly how many washes it will last, you will be hesitant to buy it. Definitely will stop me from buying it. I don't think I would buy it. Okay. So if, as a consumer, if someone put that on there, you would not buy it. Why would you think, as a regular business owner, you need to give this disclaimer that it may not last forever? Because you didn't have an issue going into a store and purchasing something that did not have a disclaimer. But if you saw a disclaimer, you would not. I think that most for creative business or for small business owners, we're trying so, like, I understand you want your business to be a success. You want people to buy things from you. But then we don't hold ourselves to the same standards that we would hold a major corporation. So someone asked that question. I didn't realize that damn near every cup in my house now is something that I've made. I didn't realize I've slowly gotten rid of every regular store purchase cup in my house. But I end up having to have a few of them. I mean, this isn't necessarily it was a souvenir cup. This ish was not cheap with the amount of soda that you put in here. But when I tell you, it doesn't matter how much this fades, MJ absolutely loves this cup and it will be his go-to. So it's a souvenir. So it's not meant to be thrown away. It's meant to be kept. And y'all see the scratches on this? You think my 11-year-old cares about these scratches? Do you think I'm going to go back to the Miami Seaquarium and say, look, this was a souvenir. Souvenirs are supposed to last forever. It's scratching off. I need a new one because my kid loves this and the images are scratching off. Would you have done that? This one was my niece's. This is Disney. But look at it. And she doesn't use this one quite often. It's more so when she's over here. But look at this. I got this one, and within maybe 3 washes, if that, this is what happened to it. This doesn't last forever. So why is there a double standard for small businesses? I saw someone say it's because stores adhere to their policy. They're not worried about if you don't come back. Maybe that's what it is. They're not worried if you give them, I think so many people stress about, oh my God, I got a 1-star review. Why is there a double standard for small businesses versus large businesses? But I'm sure you watched that more than 10 times. I don't know. But okay, so is it 10 times? And this is why I asked originally, before I asked about a time frame, how long? So let's say it's 90 days, right? So if in how many times I wash this, if it was, I use this every single day and I have to wash it every single day for 89 days, that's constantly washing it. I'm using it. So are you supposed to put a disclaimer for this number of washes or this amount of time, whichever comes first? It doesn't matter, because that's why I asked originally, how much time has to go by or how much usage before you will say this was an inferior product, it messed up, it didn't last, I need my money back. I let people know handmade items have small imperfections and include care instructions. Have you ever purchased something from a big box store that had small imperfections? Did they give you a disclaimer? Did they give you a warning? Why is I'm trying to get to a point here, but it's not even others holding us as small business owners. Sometimes we hold ourselves to a higher standard because, like, oh, I'm a small business, I have to do more in order to make money. So let's say everyone felt that way. But now when we get to this corporate level, and I'm not saying to just do bad business. That's not what I'm saying at all. We should always put our best foot forward. But think about how many times you have stressed over the smallest little thing. One little thing is off and you will scrap that, throw it away, and or some people will try and like resell it or like if they can, but there's one little imperfection. And if a small business person gave it to you that way, oh, you've ruined my life, you ruined my event, you ruined this, you ruined that, but you can go somewhere else and it's okay. That's the thing. Consumers don't do, well, guys, after business, business, but small businesses, please believe they are. They have enough volume to make up for those. Okay. So if they have enough volume to make up for it and you don't, they have it, but you don't, which means it's going to cost you more and hurt your business more, but we're still holding them to a higher standard when they have the means to where it's not going to necessarily hurt them. Okay, last more than 3 washes in your opinion. Some have on wood items, it's honestly dependent on the materials. I don't do all of that. I have a whole bin full of them, preach, because consumers expect so much more from small businesses. Very true. All right, so over here, let's see what we're talking about over here. He's enjoying the cup. Exactly. He does. MJ does not care. When I tell you this is his favorite cup, this one and one of his heat cups, and will wear this cup out. And when we tried to throw it out, he had a whole fit. Most kids don't care. And especially you're selling kid items, kids are going to be rough and tough on things. But is it you're worried about, a parent coming back and it's like a kid did this, and like Zani Mani will scratch at stuff. So because your kid is rough with something, is the small business owner who sold the cup at fault because your kid is supposed to be kid proof? There is no regulation. There is no law, or like for certain things, there's certain things that have to be kid proof that are harmful. There's nothing that says you have to kid proof a tumbler to where when they go, they scratch it, they drop it. You know how many times Zani drop stuff? He has an iPad. If we don't go and put a cover on it and he drops it, I can't go and say, look, I paid way too much money for this iPad. It shouldn't be breaking. You should have gave me a disclaimer that said, do not let your 4-year-old have it, because if they throw it down, like there was no disclaimer that says iPads aren't made for 4-year-olds who are going to have a tantrum and throw it. So am I supposed to hold Apple accountable because they didn't tell me that this wasn't 4-year-old proof? No, we aren't at fault. And honestly, we have to stand our ground because they expect our stuff to last forever. But if you are not first thing is most of you guys don't have any terms and conditions. That's the first issue with a lot of businesses. We go into this and you see other people making money and doing this and doing that. And I always say, there's so much more to business. When you want to run a business, you have to think about the policies and things of that nature. So you may not have to have it for every item, but what is your return policy? Is it 15 days? Is it if there is an issue with it, you have to inform us immediately. From the time it tells us that it was delivered on this day, then you need to inspect it. And if you don't, I am saying that is you saying that you consent to however it is. So if you go and you let it sit for forever and a day and you open it up and it's broken, how am I to know that it was broken because of something that I did? If it was something that the post office did, because it was something that the post office, oh, I just opened it, and then you immediately like they're demanding a refund. But we're so afraid of people going on social media and bashing us or getting a 1-star review that you're going to bend on your policy. But they don't always do that when you go to the store. Okay, you can request a manager. And how many times have you gone ahead and experienced where that manager says, well, I'm sorry, this is our policy. There's nothing that we can do about it. Now you're going to have some who's like, look, I don't got, because I know at the arena I've done that. I ain't got time for this. This ain't none of my money. You're not going to cuss at me. Baby, you want an extra soda or you want a this, you want an extra hot dog with this? Because what I'm not going to do, this energy right here just don't work for me. And I don't get paid enough for you to yell at me. I'm going to need you to find a number of the corporate, call them and yell at them. I ain't got time for it. But a lot of small businesses don't have their policies listed. So where even if they choose to not read it, it's still listed. And you have to stick to it. You have to train, like someone said, they're training their consumers that we can't do anything after this time frame, and they stick to it. You can get in our face, you can fuss. I mean, we had somebody here, they beat the whole UPS man up. I'm like, well, dang, because he could not return something. He literally pistol whipped this guy because he couldn't return something to Amazon. It's like, are you serious? Must have policies in order. Reference the policy, and that's unfair. Customers are I've never liked that saying. I do not stand by that saying. Customers are definitely not always right. Customers want what they want, but you can't dictate my business. As long as I have done everything that I'm supposed to do in providing your service or providing your product, I've done my part. Let's see. I expect to get good use if care instructions are followed, whether from a large or small business. How many businesses really give you care instructions other than the little tag that says don't bleach, no, tumble dry, or don't dry, or don't, what is it, tumble dry or whatever? Other than that, who is really giving you like for a shirt or for most like cups? If you just go into the store, some of them have like the little leaflet in there, but it still isn't like that detailed. It'll just be like hand wash only, dishwasher safe, not dishwasher safe. But it doesn't tell you if you continue to wash, if you only hand wash, this should last you a year. They're not that detailed. So what I'm saying is it's okay to have I guess you can say care instructions, or give like things such as dishwasher, or dishwasher safe, hand wash only, do not soak. Simple things like that, yes. But why would you hurt your business by saying we can only guarantee this for up to 20 washes? You can, if I use this every day in 20 days. So 20 washes can be 20 days, less than a month. So if I use this mug every single day, because it is my favorite mug, I use it every single day. And after day 20, it starts peeling. It hasn't even lasted 30 days. So what is 20 washes? 20 washes over 6 months, 20 washes over a year, 20 washes over 2 years, 20 washes over 3 months, because I can go through 20 washes in less than a month. And if that's all you guarantee me, so in a month, this is going to look like this is going to look crazy. And they're going to feel like, well, it was custom, and I paid you way too much money for it to be messed up in 30 days. Well, I told you 20 washes. If you wash it every day for 20 days, but how well is that going to go over with your customers? How well do you think that's going to go? How well do you think that's going to go over with your customers? No return, give credit. You do know. Let's talk about this whole give credit thing. You might as well do the return. If you give them a credit and they come back and they purchase something, you're still not getting the money for it. There is no guarantee that they're going to buy more things to where it covers that credit. So I don't understand how a refund is different than a credit, unless you are expecting them to be so disgusted with you that they're never going to use that credit. But how is giving credit any different from giving them a refund? Exactly. I had a complaint, but customer never sent me pics so I could make it right. Yep. And sometimes they just want to complain and that's it. Mines are all over my site. My customers have to agree to terms before checking out. I'm guilty of making exceptions, but you can't bully me or manipulate me into a return. No guarantees, man. Setting yourself up for failure. Nope. No credit. Exactly. No return. Let's see. If it's my fault, I don't take it back. I'm here depends on how much I paid for it. Most times I don't even take back things and they forget to take the tags off of. Oh yeah. No, it only says avoid extreme heat. Okay. No disclaimer. I'm way down. Oh Lord. Because I saw the enjoy. I don't know how it got way up there. Then they will say all sales are final. I have a cup from when President Obama was first elected. It's warped, got scratches, and I will keep. I don't care how long. I wouldn't buy it. I'm never going to make a big deal about a shirt or a cup or anything. I would buy it. I'm never going to make a deal, shirt, or cup, or anything like that. I have a motto. If it has to be pressed, if I have to be pressed about what kind of purchase, then I have other problems. People feel like they can bully small business owners, and that is a very accurate statement. We don't really have the ear of the people who count in the stores, and with small businesses, you can get right. You can get right back to the owner. Not going to get the money back from the store. So because you become the face of your business and you are interacting with them, and we call it, and someone told me before about CEOs and all of these things, and I can be a CEO, but when you go into the stores, hell, sometimes you don't even get a manager, you get a supervisor, you get the team lead. You don't get the regional manager. You're never going to talk to the owner, the CEO. Even when you call corporate office, you're never talking to someone in high authority. When you call a corporate office, you're probably talking to somebody who gets paid less than the manager and who has less authority than the manager that was in the store. So really, calling corporate does what? How many times do you think a CEO actually looks at all of the complaints that comes in through a customer service line? They just paid someone to take care of that and take care of that headache, because you can't get to me. No one's going to be calling my cell phone. So yes, it is a little bit different as a small business owner. When you're doing everything yourself, you become the face, and it can be kind of overwhelming if someone can go and basically attack you to your face and like they're talking to you directly. That can play with your psyche a little bit. That can mess with your, your confidence a little bit, make you buckle to that. Yes, you'll have some people where, well, not me, but I've seen it here in Miami where it's literally threatening them. They're going to want to come and threaten them at their place of business, or try and find them in their home, which is why some people say, okay, don't put your home address, because you never know, you're going to deal with a crazy, but they can literally find you pretty much anywhere. So I know it can be kind of scary in being a small business owner and being the face of it, and people having complete access to you. This is where, if we're running a business, so for me, although we have a product, I am what my business is. It's me. It's the teaching. I don't have this university or thing where I have other instructors. It's me. When most times when people have an issue at a college, and there's a lot of different people you have to go to before you get to the dean of students or the president of the school before it gets to them. You got a lot of people to go through because that's a business. And I'm not saying what we do and what you guys do is not a business, but you have to start thinking like major corporations and major businesses. Oh no, y'all are going to go dead over here on TikTok. Hold on. For every 20 happy customers, only 1 to 2 will leave reviews. That one unhappy yells the loudest. And here we all are working for Walmart. We are customers and employees. I don't know why people have, hold on, because y'all gonna get cut off. 1 second. All right. Sorry. Had to go get my charger. If not, y'all were going to go bye-bye over here on TikTok. All right. There we go. Okay. So, are y'all muted over here? No. I think it's because small businesses are prone to being blackballed. One bad post may make or break their business. I had food poisoning from McDonald's and was back in 2 days. So I only return things if on purchase there's a problem. After that, it is what it is. Expensive things, I get warranties, especially like my printers. They feel small businesses will fix the issue or they'll blast the small business. As a business owner, I don't want a bad reputation. However, I will not be able to please them. A bad reputation is one person saying something negative. Does that give you a bad? What equals a bad reputation? To me, is if it's consistent. But if one person who has a really big mouth or whatever, if they go and they badmouth it, to me, that's not having a bad reputation. Now, if you have built a community and you have a great product, when someone sees that, they're going to come and say, well, I don't know, because I've never had that experience. This was great for me. And you can have people that will come and defend you when that happens. Because everyone can have a bad experience somewhere. Just because someone is like really bold about it, it might even be a big name like person. And sometimes that affects how people view a business. And then there are others who will, bypass that. The one thing that I'm also learning and being very humbled is thinking that because there is a negative review that everyone sees it, right? We think that when we get a negative review or someone makes a bad post, in our minds, we think that every person in America, every person in our city has seen that, and now no one's going to want to do business with you. You may go into a shell and you don't want to do anything else. When truth of the matter is, it's only a small portion of people who've seen it. And the reason why I say that is, I like to think that, I like to think that I got a little name in these, these social media, these craft streets, I like to think that everybody know who Shakia the Professor is, and they know about Silaholics Anonymous. I've been doing videos for 7 years. So when someone goes and says, okay, they got a silhouette question, they ain't find nothing on YouTube. Wait a minute, boo. I have amazing silhouette videos. Had someone go and I'm on there and I'm like, my name is on there. I've been on your lives a couple of times. So I'm thinking, you know who I am. Oh, I never heard of you until, oh, wait, hold on. You ain't never heard. So if they've never heard of me, you know what they've also never seen? Any bad reviews on me. They only know what I am presenting in front of them. And then I go and it's like, okay, oh, damn, you've been doing this for how long? Where have you been all my life? I've been right here. I've had YouTube videos. I go and I help people all the time. They don't know about these things. Why do we get our panties up in a bunch when only a small portion of people are going to see that? As long as you keep doing what you're supposed to do for your business, and when you are in front of someone, you are presenting the best part of you, that's all they're going to see. Their first impression of you may not be somebody else's rant because they were not satisfied. Their first impression is what you present in front of them. So if you're still harboring these feelings and you're feeling like ashamed because of this one person's interaction because you couldn't meet their needs, you're now going to affect somebody else's first impression of you. And now you make, because baby, when I called, they had an attitude and this, that, and the third. Oh, I would never. But that was a moment that was humbling when I go and people are like, I've never heard of Silhouettes Anonymous. Girl, I don't know who you are. I don't know what SpINKing is. Oh, okay, my bad. I thought I was somebody, I mean, I am somebody, but still, y'all get my point. And don't retaliate against that one negative person. So I agree, don't retaliate. And some people will say, don't go back and forth with them, this, that, and the third, right? I just experienced this. And the person definitely apologized because I did my part. So I made a post because of a situation on a TikTok live where someone was saying, don't pay for classes. You can find everything on YouTube. I was like, yeah, because I'm one of them creators that pretty much give you all the information, give you the free game. But I do have classes, and my classes are not like how you get me on YouTube. I go in and I go detail and I really break it down for some stuff that I never really do on videos. Or even if I have slipped and said it, or not say slipped, but if I've done it, you're going to have to search for it. Whereas with the class, everything is like all in one. You know exactly where to find it. For me, when you're paying for my classes, you're paying for convenience compared to going and doing a random search and not being able to find things. Because if YouTube was that great, being the fact that I literally have a video for almost every single thing, and I have good time. I put too long of a title. Most people put like the clickbait and catch your attention title. No, in my titles, I'm telling you exactly what the heck. I don't have time for those clickbait titles. I'm telling you exactly what it is. So when people say, well, I did a YouTube search and I can't find it, and I'm like, how you didn't? Because I know I got at least 3 videos like that. So you couldn't have done too well of a search, or what keywords were you using when you did that? Because I'm just not understanding how you ain't find my video. But people don't know, like they don't know who you are. Don't stress. I don't stress about it. So she went and she was like, well, I didn't. It was like, well, I don't do, African-American run Facebook groups. Don't pay for classes. You can get it all there, whatever. So I went on there, and it did make me feel some type of way to hear people say that, because I wasn't just speaking up for myself. I know that there are other content creators. I know that there are other instructors in so many different businesses, not just the creative and craft, like for anything where someone is an instructor. Colleges. I don't understand how we are the bad person for charging, because we are just like you. We're supposed to give away the information. Everything that we have worked hard to learn and to understand, people expect you to give it away. Yet you cannot go to any college, university, trade school, nowhere, and get that information for free. You can learn how to fix a car on YouTube for people who are, they just are content creators. While they're working on their car, they're showing this, they're showing that. But you still have schools that you have to go to learn how to fix a car, how to do auto body work. I can go right now and find a video about how to insert an IV. But does that mean that I'm not supposed to go to school for that? So I don't understand, again, double standards. It is okay for a college to charge you money for learning graphic design, but they have specific programs that they want to teach from. And a lot of the times it is the most, this is the premier brand, Adobe. right? You go to school for graphic design. One of the first things you're going to learn is Adobe, whether it's Photoshop, Illustrator, Lightroom, and things like that. But Silhouette Studio is just as good of a like beginner vector software. Affinity Photo, Affinity Designer, Corel Draw. But when someone goes and says, I'm going to teach you this, which because in our mind, it's something that's only craft. Oh, you shouldn't be charging for that. You should be no, my time is valuable. You want me to take time to actually help you one-on-one or to walk you step by step, but I'm not supposed to get paid for that. But if I am making shirts, I'm supposed to show you. But if I show you, then I don't have time to make my shirts. If I'm teaching you for free and it's taking up all my time, how am I supposed to make a living? I'm helping you make a living because now you're going to go and you're going to take that, what I taught you. You're going to go sell some shirts, some tumblers, some classes, some blanks, some this and the third. But, oh, I'm supposed to pay it forward and I'm not supposed to charge for classes? How does that work? So then, I went on there and I was talking about that situation and someone said, well, I got burned by you. I didn't get a refund for a class that I didn't have access to. Now, here goes back to that, thinking that you have access to a small business owner because you see them on social media. Yes, you guys see me all the time on social media. I have Shakia Lavelle, which is my professional persona as far as having a regular Facebook account because some groups don't allow pages. But it's still technically, you have to be on the friends list. So it's like, okay, y'all think we friends now. You kind of contact me, whatever, and you want to contact me through my inbox. But you purchased the class on my website. And on that website, there is a chat. Our email is there. I did not receive any correspondence through that email. I'm sorry. My phone number is also on there. And there are several people that can tell you they will call that number and I'm the one that answers, or I'm going to be the one that calls you back. So on the site, the professional site that you placed this order at, and you had an issue and you could not gain access to it, you had my phone number, our email, and the inbox. At this time, we are not friends on Facebook. You did not even inbox my Facebook business page. You sent Shakia Lavelle a message. And I'm at fault because you did not see, or it was, you responded to me days later, which I don't mean to say like that because we actually corrected the situation. But yes, I responded days later because we were not friends. Facebook has this wonderful thing that's called request. And when they send it, if it's not, you only see that like the very first notification. It's not going to keep letting you know that you have a request sitting there. I don't check those that often. I have never been visible. Like I don't spend any time on Instagram. So why a certain person keep texting me and messaging me on Instagram, I don't check that messenger. I don't spend any time on Instagram just because that's the social media place that you are. Yes, I have an account there, but as you can see, it's not active. So I'm at fault because you inboxed me on Instagram and I didn't see it and it took me several days, but you never thought when I didn't respond back to call any of the contact me via any of the official ways that you can contact me. So then when I saw it, it was a request. I sent it. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just now seeing this. Here is XXX, Y, and Z. Now I saw it where Facebook tell you when somebody read something because your face going to jump from the one before to the one at the bottom. Well, when I went to it, her face was at the bottom. So how did you not see this? I provided the link. I provided everything. And for me, call me petty if you want, but you call me out in a public setting, baby, I'm going to post these receipts in a public setting. I responded back to you. I provided you the link for it. And then when you responded to me on another site, I actually answered it. And it actually sends you an email. It says on there, email sent to customer, but you didn't respond back to that. But I'm the one that's in the wrong. And then I lay out, again, y'all, I talk too much. So I write stuff out a little too much detail. And I understand when you go to my site, you're looking at my classes and all those different things. It's really long. I get long-winded in my videos, but I've been saying Essential Silhouette Studio is a playback. It was recorded in front of a live Zoom audience in March of 2022. What you are getting now are playbacks that you can watch. You have unlimited access to the playbacks to watch in your own time and work at your own pace. I say that every time I talk about it. It's written on the description. I'm not sure why in April we thought that we were getting a live session when it says it was done in March. So there was a miscommunication. Am I supposed to take fault for that miscommunication? Because most times people sign up for stuff like that because they've seen one of my live videos, and I talk about this the same way every single time. And it's written. But she didn't see any of this. And so I went to say, love, I'm not like others to where you had to go to the live, like join the live class and you don't have access. You missed something. You have access to the playbacks and can watch them as many times as you need. Oh, okay. That's better now. My apologies. And she went, and because she also kind of came, said, well, I got burned by, no disrespect. I got burned. And she had, came off a little attitude-ish. She came back and she also apologized. And I respect her for doing that, because you tried to call me out in public instead of, okay, when you saw it, if you had an issue, maybe try and reach out to me again, because maybe this brought up to your remembrance. Oh yeah, I didn't get my refund. I didn't have access. Let me contact her. But you decided to do it publicly. And I don't know this notion of, especially like on my personal post. Now, if you go and you make a post on your page, heck no, I'm not going to come to your page and I'm not going to write under your post and defend myself under yours. But what I can do, because I am someone who already does social media stuff, I can easily make a post and say, okay, this is ... This is what's going on. So when somebody wants to be nosy because you tried to bash me and they're going to come, one, I thank you, love, because you helped my algorithm. You helped them find me. And then when they click on my stuff, see, I have this whole little thing that's called pixels. So when they come over here being nosy, when I run my ad, it's going to show up all in their face. So thank you, love, for sending them over here. See, I'm going to find the positive in it. There's always a silver lining. And there's no such thing as bad publicity, because it's going to lead to something. Somebody might like my vibe. Oh, she went off on her. That's my kind of person. Now, I don't do that. But, it's some people that feed off of someone having an attitude, being nasty, because they relate with that. So if that's the audience I'm trying to attract, all you did was help me. So I don't get upset about stuff like that. But should I have been to like, oh my God, everyone's going to think I'm a scammer, I'm a this, if I know I am not. So even when you get a bad review, if you know that you are not a scammer, if you know that you did everything that you were supposed to, that you could possibly do, short of giving them your firstborn, why are you worried about a 1-star review? Why are you worried about that person going and saying you did this, that, and the third, this, that, and the other? Are all of your customers saying this? No. It's one person out of how many satisfied customers? So when you put that much energy into the one person that's not satisfied, you basically say the satisfaction of the other 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 100,000, 2,000 means absolutely nothing. If you say that 1 or 2 bad reviews gives you a bad reputation, what does it say about everybody else so you basically, they become null and void? We have to start thinking like that as business owners. If you desire to be a business owner, you have to sometimes take the emotion out of it and think like a business. Unless your Meta allows messaging, you won't get it. I don't use IG either. She wanted something free in the beginning. I had the weird live alert on YouTube the other day. Remember, I was so confused. Oh, I know. And I still have to get back with you too. People do not read. Eric was just talking about this. Most crafters jump from project to project. In this community, most people lift each other up. Exactly. Let's see. Oh Lord, I'm missing a lot of comments. Oh Lord, my bad, y'all. I'm so far down. Well, so far up. I don't think there's a need for disclaimers. Disclaimers make consumers zoom in and try to find imperfections to try and get it for free. If you have a website, you should have terms and conditions outlined. Even if you don't have a website, if you are conducting business, even if you're going to send them this terms and conditions, if it's a screenshot of it or you type it all out, it's in your notes. I don't care if you have a website, if you're conducting business via text message, inbox, email, however you are communicating with that particular customer or client, those terms and conditions should be sent to them. I don't care if it's via text message. When I set up my Wix, they contacted me and told me to add them on the site to protect myself. Later, hey, she said, teach now. If I make a mistake on a shirt, I want that shirt back because I can use the empty space to practice on. But I state custom items are non-refundable. There are many variables, what the item is, the price. I expect more from electronics than clothing. Very much so true. I agree with that one. I act like I run a large business. My sister and assistant handle all communications. I step in on escalations only, which has not happened yet. I hate that people think that problems should be solved in the public square. Preach. And she says, so true. But I don't know. So that just was kind of, I don't want to keep y'all too long. I can sit here and literally talk business. I probably need to have me another Zoom session where I can actually hear voices and we can vent and talk about the things that happen. I'm always worried about venting because I don't want, I instruct, I teach, I coach people. So then I also have a business. So I'm always like, it's always weird for me to kind of have those sessions because I don't want someone to go and it's like, it might seem like I have some of the same interactions with multiple people and they'll end in different ways. But because it's like one little part that was like a part of our interaction, I don't want anyone to feel like, well, dang, is she talking about me? That's how she felt about me. So I never really as much as I want to have those sessions, I'm like, no, we're going to tread lightly on that one because I don't want them to feel like I'm talking about them. But at the same time, I really wish I could talk and openly vent about some of the things that probably would help others when it comes to business and how you have to deal with things. Because you can be very stern, but still be professional. You don't have to give in to their needs. Your solution doesn't have to be the solution that they're expecting. Because if it's something short of whatever they were expecting, they probably wanted a refund, a full refund, a credit. They wanted your firstborn and both of your pinky toes in order for this to be correct. I can't offer you all that. This is what the solution is, and this is all that I can do. If this does not work for you, I am okay with you no longer patronizing my business. I will be okay because and I don't mean to sound rude about this, but your little $50 order did make a dent in all them other zeros that may have been, that is behind the rest of the orders for the month. Baby, I spend $50 when I go to out to eat. Okay. Feed my family of 4. We spend more than $50 when we go out to eat. I just spent $60 at Taco Bell the other day. So that ain't really hurting me. So I'm okay if the next time you need this product, you don't come here and you go somewhere else. I'm perfectly okay because I'm still going to do what I need to do. So if I lose you, all you did was motivate me to go after and get 5 more paying clients, customers. So I'm okay. And we have to normalize being okay with every customer or every interaction, someone walking away to where they may not have gotten the results that they want, but you handle it to the best of your ability. I needed your motivation today. Oh, yay. Glad you got on. So just wanted to share that. Like I said, it was all because someone said, should they put a disclaimer? Because with using the eco solvent prints, like if you're putting your hands to it or if you wash it, the color can come off or it can chip. And it just made me think of one. I really went to go look for MJ's favorite cup and the fact that this thing is all scratched up and he don't care. And then I found my niece's own, and I'm like, and this is hello, this, they got plenty of money. Why didn't they make this tumbler or this cup kid proof? I mean, look, it's a whole big like this weird scratch thing. I have no idea how this happened. Let me see. Can you see it? Like, I have no idea. Got gouged like this, and then it's all like messed up. Wait, hold on. Wait, where's the camera over here? You see? Wait, where is it? Going across there? I have no idea how that even happened on there, and it's deep too. I don't know if it got burned on something. I don't know, but it's all scratched up. And this laxative, I got this. I mean, now it's really, really old. I mean, it hasn't broken. MJ is 11. I think I got this when MJ was maybe 2, 3, somewhere in there. I mean, it's not even broken. I mean, the stuff came off, but I know what the heck it says. I mean, it's really bad on this side, but I still know it says I love MJ and I still love drinking from it. I don't like drinking from it as much because I don't have one that says I love ZI, but I need to make myself one, but I still love it. It was not for him. I didn't get this personalized. This was in the store. I think this was for either Michael Jordan or Michael Jackson, but it had my baby initials on it, so I wouldn't purchase it. And I mean, it scratched off and I wasn't going back to where I got this from. One of those like either Ross or Marshalls. It's like one of those places I got this from. TJ Maxx, one of those. I got it from there and I wasn't taking it back. I mean, it came off. I mean, it came off damn near immediately, but it still scrapes off. But I didn't expect this to last forever. I mean, I'm glad the cup itself lasts forever, but not the design on it. And then it's like, what are they paying for? The longevity of it or the fact that you customize? Like, dude, you know, you can't go in the store and get this. This mug right here, you know how many other people have this I love MJ mug? But then when you're making something that is one of a kind for them, it's about that part of it. And it still shouldn't necessarily last forever. Things have expiration dates on it. Food has expiration dates on it. If you leave it in the refrigerator too long and it goes bad, you can't go and say, well, dang, why this didn't last that long? I want to take this back to the store. Now, if it was just messed up to begin, as soon as I opened it, yeah, I'm going to take that sucker back. If it's within, of course, their return policy, like their return side, the return time. But I've had stuff where, okay, dang it, I waited too long. It's bad. It's just going in the garbage. Every day we waste money as consumers. But we don't mind wasting money on stuff that came from retailers. But if it's a small business who can't afford to really give that refund back, or even if they give a store credit, it's still taking a hit. We put more emphasis on them. And I'm gonna also step on some toes with this statement. It's crazy to me that my target audience is other business owners. And the same grace that they want as business owners, they don't give us. If I don't answer an email when they feel like I should answer it, if I didn't answer a call, if I didn't answer an inbox, it's this, that, and the third. They want to leave these weird reviews. The paper, I'm not saying that it's going to work for everyone. I go and I say that it works on this particular setting. This is the best setting for it. Well, I like this setting and your paper sucks. Well, my results say this paper the bomb. I mean, because you're not using it the way that it is fully listed on here. What settings are you using? Premium presentation paper matte. Did you read the cover sheet? Because I did a whole lot of typing. Oh, yeah, I saw that, but my other paper, I use presentation paper matte. When I tried to use plain paper on my other paper, I didn't like the quality of it. What they got to do with honestly speaking paper? Because I've tested it. So if I'm telling you you're going to get these results using these settings, my love, why are we not going off of the instructions? See, this paper is not that paper. So I'm going to need you to follow the instructions on this paper so that you can get results like this. And it's still going to be bright and vibrant, even when you're using plain paper setting. plain paper setting. And baby, look at, see, it's better for y'all. Look at those colors. They popping, right? Plain paper setting. Look at my black. It's nice and rich, because black all by itself is luxury. I love when he said that. But you're not following the instructions on here. So is it my fault that you're not following the instructions? No, homie, because there are instructions on this paper and it's thebomb.com. So yeah, I just wanted to, tell you guys to not put, show yourself some grace. I'll finish by saying most of these places, because you want someone to show you grace, they don't show me any grace, or they want to come at me crazy. And I'm like, I'm a small business owner just like you. Just because I may have an influx of sales because I've been doing this for 7 years. Yes, you just started. Doesn't mean that I'm going and I'm balling out of control to where I can go and just give out refunds here, reship this out, or redo that, redo this, when sometimes you have to take accountability for your part in this whole transaction. Did you install it correctly? If I have on my website, start with the Epson cartridges, it's for a reason. So then you go and you don't. Did you follow the instructions on there? No, because such and such. Well, you should have went and brought your supplies from such and such, because on Honestly Speaking, it says clearly, 1, you can't use the chip resetter. Well, it don't work on mine. I want a refund. Can I send it back? What's your printer? Da-da-da-da. It clearly states it does not work on there. No, we will not be taking a refund. But your refund says 15 days. It also says unopened. You had to open it to test it. So have a nice day. Stick to my guns on that one. It's not my fault. So show each other some grace, especially if you are interacting with other small businesses, because you want someone to show you grace in, let's say you have an emergency, something just, your machine acts crazy. Don't forget, in being a small business owner, you are still a consumer. And the same things that you would expect, or when you go into the establishment, if you want to return and you expect them and you're demanding for them to give you a return, if that's how the type of person you are, you can't get upset when somebody else comes at you wanting that same service. If you want to be treated like a big business, or you want to get to that level. See, a lot of us want big business profits, but we don't want to operate like a big business. And that's where you guys, or we, I'll put myself in it, have to take accountability for how we conduct business and what our expectations are in business. All right. So hopefully this was helpful and food for the soul. Like what's Campbell's used to say? Is it good for the soul? Was that the slogan for Campbell's? Good. Or was it good for the soul? One of those. But hopefully this was helpful for you. It was enlightening and eye-opening for you. Maybe it will make you think about, if you don't have terms and conditions, getting started on that today. Maybe it will help you think about how you conduct business and how you interact. And if you being the face of your business and people coming at you directly is a trigger, or it's something that you won't be able to handle, maybe then you need to look at having someone be more so the face, or having customer service where you are not the person that's dealing directly with your customers. All right. So a lot of things that you can learn just from everyday things and everyday things that happen in life and in business, and apply what you need to your business. All right. So until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.